What is up, tribe? All right, so if you're having a hard time manifesting, there's probably a few reasons why. So first, you really need to know the 12 laws of the universe. These laws go hand in hand with the law of attraction being one of them, which is probably why you're watching this video. But you really need to know all of them to understand how it works. I also came up with 5 more rules to follow to also help you out. So the first universal law is the law of divine oneness. This is the law that understands that everything is connected. So how are you actually participating in the whole? How are you contributing to the whole? This is something to keep in mind when you're trying to manifest, because you really have to kind of treat everything and everyone with respect. If you're trying to attract something out of just selfish needs, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. So I hate to burst everyone's bubble, but the law of attraction is not super easy and you can't learn it in 10 minutes like some people tell you. It actually takes some time. The second law is the law of vibration. Now, this is that everything works on a frequency. Everything throughout the universe has a frequency, including ourselves. So we all vibrate on a certain frequency. The third law is the law of correspondence. So this law is actually our lives are created by subconscious patterns. So this is kind of patterns that have been instilled in us from birth. So it's good to keep in mind when you're going throughout life, if you want to make changes, you really kind of have to rewrite your past, and you really have to reprogram that. The fourth law is the law of attraction, which I don't really need to go into because everyone knows that one. That's your vibrational alignment. That is also actually something that you should know. You need to vibrationally align with what it is you're trying to attract. So you need to actually be on that vibration. And the fifth law is the law of inspired action. So with the law of attraction, you can't just go, oh, I want this to come my way and expect it to come. There actually has to be some action that goes along with it. And those two laws really go hand in hand. Well, they all go hand in hand, but the law of inspired action when it comes to the law of attraction is really important. The sixth law is the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. So energy always exists. It's just constantly evolving, changing, shifting, alchemizing. So a good thing to know with this law is that you can transmute your own energy. So if you have a certain energy about you in your field, in your body, you can transmute that energy at any time. You are not stuck with it. The seventh law is the law of cause and effect. So that's every action has a reaction. This is important because what you put out really is going to affect what you get back. And the eighth law is the law of compensation. This is not just talking about money, although it can be. But this is where you are open to receiving. So the energy that you have, what you're putting out into the one, all of these things, you have to also be open to receive, to be compensated. The ninth law is the law of relativity. This one's really important in my opinion, because this is all about perception. Everyone has their own perception. With that in mind, that will definitely affect how you see other people, how you think about things, and your perception is going to actually make a huge difference in what's going on in your world and what's going on in what you attract. Very important. And the 10th law is the law of polarity. So everything has its opposite. I don't know if that's the best word for it, but everything has something that's on the opposite scale, on the opposite side of the scale. So a good thing to know with this is, for every bad thing that we perceive as bad, there is something good there. There is a positive as well. Always, always. So try to see things when things look really dark. Try to seek out the positive that's in that situation. Whether it's good, it's something positive for you, whether it's something positive for right now or for your future, or if it's something positive for someone else, it's always there. The 11th law is the law of rhythm. So this is just understanding that life has ebbs and flows. It's not always going to be perfect. It's going to be more like a roller coaster ride. There's a constant rhythm to things. There's going to be some bumps in the road. That's just life. Everything is moving at a rhythm all of the time. The 12th law is the law of gender. This has nothing to do with your sexual identity. It's just the divine masculine and feminine, which exists in everything. We all have a divine masculine. We all have a divine feminine. They're just characteristics. They're traits that, if you kind of look up what traits are of the divine feminine and traits of the divine masculine, there's a ton of information there. So understanding that can really bring some balance into your life. It's really important to embrace that, and it really does. Once there's a balance between those two things, it actually makes it easier to attract, because that's actually a feminine aspect, and to take action when you're trying to attract, which is a masculine aspect. So that's good to know. And as far as for my extra rules that I came up with, the first one is, so our thoughts control our feelings, and our feelings control our actions. So this kind of relates to every single law, because with this, if you just change your thinking, excuse me, if you just change your thinking, you will change your vibration. And this will start to change how you feel, how you behave, how you're affecting the whole. It just relates to so many of these laws. It's ridiculous. So it's really good to focus on what your thoughts are and how they're affecting you and how they're affecting the people around you. Especially since we create a ripple effect around us. And then people around us also create a ripple effect around them. So this is very important. I actually did a video. It was my first video on how to get inner alignment and positive thinking. So if you want to look into that, I'll actually attach a link below. With this changing of thinking, living in gratitude is really important. So gratitude is a very, very powerful emotion, and it's very powerful when it comes to the law of attraction. So if you're constantly looking at the positive things, looking at what you're grateful for, you're going to have an easier time attracting what you're looking for. So if you're having a hard time finding things to be grateful for, if life just feels like it sucks, and you feel like you don't have anything, and I get it. I've been there. I've been through really, really rough and horrible times in my past. If you want to watch some of my other videos, there's some more info there. But really, it's seeking some gratitude you can find little things to be grateful for in everything. Like, I have my dog here with me. I'm incredibly grateful for her. I'm grateful for having coffee in the morning. I'm grateful for hot showers. I'm grateful for, literally, I have journals full of my gratitudes. And if you just focus on the tiny gratitudes, it really does start to shift that perception as well. So, highly recommend living in gratitude. All right, and my second rule is you have to give to receive. It's kind of a part of being a part of the one, and I really do think this is one of the universal laws as well. The more you are giving to other people and other things and other living things and the planet, the more it gives back to you. It's a part of that ebb and flow, that rhythm, that vibration, because you're vibrating on a higher frequency when you're living that way. My rule number 3 is do not obsess. Don't need anything. You want, and don't live in lack, just that lack mentality. This all creates resistance. So when you're living with that mindset, this is the feeling that the feeling that comes with it is, I don't have any of these things. I need these things. And it comes with a sensation of anxiousness, anxiety. These are not high vibrational feelings. These will not bring in what you're looking for. So let that go. Excuse me. So, and if you think about it, like the law of attraction, what attraction actually means, attraction doesn't mean chase. You're bringing something into you. You're not chasing after it. So that will create resistance with what you're trying to attract. Rule number 4 is this is an internal process first. So it starts with your internal world, because everything in your internal world will have a reflection on your external world. So if your internal world is living in gratitude, peace, and you're focusing on more positive things in life, that's going to start to have an effect on what's happening in your external world. So your internal world comes first. This kind of goes along with the don't chase. Don't be trying to kind of maneuver and manipulate things in your external world, because that's just not going to work for you. You really want to get your internal world in alignment first. This is very important. And then number 5 is have the vision of what you're looking for. Have the vision, live in gratitude and passion of it, and then start building a bridge to get there. Just slowly taking those actions. So having that vision, developing that positive sensation with it, just start building the bridge. Release the outcome, though. This is very important. So if you build the bridge to get there, that's great. You're taking action and you're working towards what you're trying to attract. But you don't want to hold on to what the outcome's going to be. Chances are it's not going to look exactly how you want it to, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because we're constantly changing, evolving, growing. We're part of the rhythm, vibration. There's other things going on in our lives, and sometimes what we end up wanting changes as we're going along. And it'll, like, if you're living in gratitude, trust, following your intuition, it will take you to what resonates with you and where you want to be. Anyways, that's all I got for today. And this is how we do on Show Me How to Live. And I will see you next time. Love ya.